Welcome to the Father Movement Podcast. I am your host, Chris White, Executive Director of Father Movement, and today we have a really good topic. We're going to be talking about self-love. More specifically, how do you express self-love? How do you practice self-love with the foods you put in your body, your nutrition, and the way you move your body or exercise? And I have a special guest with me today, and that special guest is Braxton Starks, who has a whole lot of experience with self-love. So we are going to have a conversation, a little bit of dialogue about what that looks like specifically for us as fathers, right? So Braxton, when we talk about self-love, when I say self-love, what comes to mind for you?
At this point, it's the food that I give myself, making sure that I'm not eating bacon, annihilating my body.
Well, bacon could be seen as self-love, but we know a little better than that.
Yeah, at this point. At this point, you know about self-love because it's what it comes with. And that lets you know what self-love. Like when I go home and I rub myself down and put orange peel on my skin and it's gone, you know.
It's like self-lust.
Oh, that's deep. Exactly, because you can lust after things that aren't good for you, but when you love something, it's actually something that you benefit from.
Oh, I like that.
And so I do my best to make sure what I eat, I benefit from. What I put on my skin, I benefit from. And so that's what I kind of consider my self-love. And it's my different practices that I have. Like we have a self-care Saturday at our house. And I get me a face mask. I get the little angel wing things under my eyes. I do my nails, as you can tell. It's about time.
I see,
Yes, no Caleb Williams. No issue with Caleb. But this is a clear coat. Yes. But yeah, you know, I get all the way in there. I make sure I look at the skin and, you know, digest some water. But that's kind of what I consider it.
Absolutely.
What about you? What's some practices for you?
So self-love for me would be some meditation.
Oh, wow, that's deep.
For sure. I like to kind of limit my exposure to things, right? Because stimulants.
Understood.
I'm getting a little bit older where certain noises bother me, right? Certain foods bother me. No, for real. Like, so kids. Okay, so like, we'll say like, let's say I'm watching TV, right? But then I got a kid looking at a tablet or something like that. That irritates me in a way that doesn't most people. I'm like looking around like, this is cool with y'all? And they are. It's bothering me. But also I learned that from my mom too.
Seriously?
Not learned, inherited. Yeah. She's always like, turn that off. And it's like, what are you tripping? But now I get it. So it's that. And then the food is big for me. Cause like when you talk about, if I put some in my body, it can almost be punishment if it's a bad thing.
Most definitely.
You know, because I feel it. And I feel it quickly too. Yeah.
Me too. That's one thing that I became aware of when I became more, I guess, body aware. Is that if I go and hit like a Waffle House and load myself up, I feel lethargic. And I'm almost sleepy. And it's like I don't have the power to push through and do everything else that I need to do that day. And so it's like, how can I love myself if I don't stick to a routine for myself?
Right.
And I know before the cameras cut on, you were talking about how before self-love was almost feminine. And I want you to really touch on that and just see if the guys agree.
So it was seen as something that women would do. They go to spas, they get their nails done, all the pedicures, manicures, all this kind of thing. They do that.
Most definitely.
We don't do that, right? And I think we're starting to realize like, there is nothing wrong with that. We don't have to, as you mentioned before, you're like, I'm getting my nails done, but I'm getting a clear coat.
Most definitely.
Right? Whereas, you know, my wife or somebody, they might get, you know, the whole thing, extra nails and it's raised and all that kind of stuff.
Tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, they get into it. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, and they charging them crazy. But
I'm knowing like $150, like the hands. I'm like,
nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
But
I don't want to get upset on this podcast.
That's funny.
But anyways, it's something that we need to overcome our fear of that other side of us, right? It's okay for us to have some self-love. We don't have to always be running around banging our chest and being tough all the time, right? Because I always say this, like, if you're afraid of being anything but like macho, it's really a sign of weakness.
Yeah, you got something else going on.
It's a fear, right? It's a fear. Like you got this wall up. So if you're afraid to be vulnerable, to express yourself, if you're afraid to get a massage or something like that, like you don't want anybody touching on you, you don't want to like be relaxed.
Most definitely.
That's a problem.
Is it okay if a man gives you a massage at the massage parlor?
I mean, yes, it's okay. I don't want to do it, but
okay.
Let me tell you, I have had men massage me, but it's been like sports massage. elbows and, you know, knuckles and things like that.
That's cool. That's still masculine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
So it's okay to get a massage from a man so long as it hurts.
As long as it hurts. I don't. That was egregious, and we need a pause, but we're not gonna pause.
Right.
But that's cool. So I go to like the Jeju. That's one of my like finding times to just chill and be by myself. Go spend that hot 75 up there and just get in that ice tub and the sauna.
Yep.
But I never did the massage because I didn't know.
Right.
It's already pretty weird. You been to Jeju?
Yeah.
So you know
you're gonna get naked.
You butt
naked.
Be around, You're butt naked with other men.
And then you gotta sit next to another naked man
in
the water. Yeah.
Like in the water. Like I'm in the bathtub, technically. With like 6 other naked men.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And
that's a lot.
Okay, I tell you this, we're gonna be off topic, but I think it's good.
It's a gangbang.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Fee took me for my first time, and she was like, "It's cool. It's not gonna be weird. I'm from Alabama. It was definitely weird. We don't do this."
Right.
Bro, I go in and everybody's naked, and I'm like, "Yo, what's going on?" Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, "Okay, I guess I gotta get naked."
Right.
I got completely naked, and I walked with a towel in front of me the whole time. And then when I'm looking at the hot tub, like I'm gonna wait for them to get out, and I'm jumping.
Right.
They never got out.
Yeah.
So I jumped in a hot tub with 5 other naked men.
Yeah.
And I just looked at the roof the entire time, and God was like,
right.
Enjoy the self-care.
Exactly.
Don't think
you gotta kind of surrender to it.
That was egregious too. That was
yeah. That's why. I'm throwing them out there. I'm throwing them out there so you can catch it.
That's wild.
You just had to relax and just let it go.
Nah, most definitely. But you see, learning from my dad, it was almost like men don't deserve self-care. Is what I kind of got growing up. We don't deserve self-care because you're not a real man if you put lotion on your legs or on your knees. Like, you only need lotion on your face.
Okay. And your dad had them ashy ankles.
No, ashy hands. Like, his hands will cut you if he grabs you. Like, literally. Yeah. And, you know, he's just super blue-collar dude, man. Like, real, his dad was Vietnam War veteran, so just complete different dude.
Yeah.
But, I didn't understand that I could care for myself in that way until I met a woman that was like, yo, like, I don't need rough hands on my face at night.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, what? So then we start polishing up the hands and getting the fingers right.
Women is why we do probably 90% of things we do anyways.
No,
you know, I've heard, it was some comedian said if there were no women out here, we'd be walking around, we wouldn't be worried about no money, nothing. I
wouldn't bathe.
We'd be good, right. We'd just be good.
What would be the purpose of bathing if I don't have a woman?
Exactly. Well, that's why I started taking showers as a kid, like, because it was like, oh, this little girl's kind of cute. Let me go ahead and take a shower every day.
Yeah, I just would bully the girls I like in school. Yeah, but
it must have worked out pretty good.
No, it didn't actually. It didn't. I got my first kiss at like 6 from Aaliyah Mapleton. Never could find her.
You made her kiss you.
Technically, yes, but it wasn't like.
It wasn't
like I forced her fully. It was just kind of like, you're gonna kiss me or you can't leave. Yeah.
Kidnapping, assault. Okay.
Kidnapping.
I'm sure the statute of limitations on that is up.
It's
so
over with now. Like, we were 6. I'm 30.
Good.
That was 24 years ago.
That's funny. Yeah. But as far as like when we're talking about, so we're talking about self-love, and we kind of easily went into kind of like things that feel good to us right there in the moment.
Most definitely.
The massages, the nails, all that kind of stuff.
Most definitely.
When you first brought me this topic, it was more about self-love in a way that is good for you long-term, right? Loving you and your future and all in your legacy and all that sort of thing.
Definitely.
Loving your family with the things that maybe aren't the most fun to do in the moment, or maybe don't taste the best in the moment, but are good for your body, will nourish your body and allow you to do all these other things you love to do. So I thought it was a really interesting topic because we don't necessarily think of it as self-love, but me going out for a walk is self-love. Me going out to the gym is self-love. Me stretching is self-love. When I'm eating a salad as opposed to French fries, self-love.
Most definitely.
Right.
It's taken care of.
So what are some of those things that are hard for you to do to love yourself, but that you found to be successful and to be good for you?
Bro, I'm gonna say it again. Cheese. Staying away from cheese.
Yeah.
And they say cheese is like one of the most addictive things you can eat.
Yeah.
But if I eat cheese, my face will just break out. And so for me, I had to get to the point where I just had to always say no to cheese.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I gotta say no to cheese because I love myself. I don't want to be freckled up and pimpled up on my face. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the hardest one because when you go get a burger and it's like, you want a burger or a cheeseburger?
Yeah.
No one wants a burger. Who wants dry meat? No one. No one wants dry meat.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There you go again. You on a roll.
This
Good
is
thing this ain't Cameron's podcast.
Pause.
Right.
Pause. But yeah. So, I would say cheese really has been the hardest thing. Other than that, it's just being aware of what makes me actually feel good.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes I'll be so locked in to just getting it done. And as a man, the first thing I think about is like, what does my family need? What does my son need? What does my woman need? And my needs are like, well, if you guys are happy, I'm pretty good.
Sure.
But that's not true.
Yeah.
Like, I've had to catch myself at points where everybody in the house was happy, got something, and I didn't do anything for me.
Right.
I'm like, yo, go take care of yourself.
Yep.
Go get 5 minutes in a bubble bath.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so that's another one. I've been taking bubble baths. I've been forcing myself to like get up and take a bubble bath when the exercise is over.
Okay.
And that's one that's pretty hard because my dad was like, yo, you bathing?
Yeah.
Like, you sitting in the bathtub, dude? Like,
Right.
that's funny. That's a little gay, dude.
Yeah.
So
you like, I am a man, and then you get in this bubble bath.
yeah.
And you come out still a man.
I come out feeling good.
There you go.
I feel glossy. I feel glassy.
That's it.
know.
You know what else? Something that for me is self-love, like real love, right? Not this self-lust that we talked about earlier, but self-love is if I can get off this couch, like when the weekend hits, especially like if I'm kind of going through some things, I just push through the week and then I just get on the couch. And then what's interesting now, again, getting a little older, when I'm on that couch for too long, my body starts to hurt.
Man,
right?
One of those side aches.
So it's like I'm trying to find immediate gratification into something that just seems easy and comfortable for me in the moment, but it's not good for me.
Wow.
So it's self-love when I get outside. You know, when I go outside, play with my son, when I go to the gym for a walk, whatever it may be, that's self-love. Sitting on that couch can be a form of it, right? But it's too much. I'm doing it too much, and it's no longer self-love.
That's deep. That's deep, man.
Yeah,
that becomes self-lust.
Self-lust, yes.
Giving yourself what you want, but not what you particularly need. That's
exactly.
Deep. And how do you, what makes you aware of what you feel like you need? Because that's something that a lot of men, I feel like, struggle with. We don't know that we're not happy, or we don't know that our body's not in alignment with what we're doing. So how do you know?
I think we're kind of taught not to be self-aware, to ignore that, right? Even like, many of us grow up playing sports, or we go to school and not even school. Our family's telling us don't worry about that, right? I wasn't familiar with this term stun. I'm not stunning that. Ain't nobody stunning that. I was like, so I grew up and I knew about, cash money, right? No one's stunning all that. I'm from Minnesota. I didn't know, right?
Okay.
So I get down here and they talking about ain't nobody stunning. I'm like, so we're not stunning now? Like, what's up? It's studying, right?
Studying. Yes.
Studying became stun somehow, right? But anyways, I hear that all the time where people are like, so you don't care about nothing is what you're telling me. You know what I'm saying? And so you're taught that. Don't be caring about anything. And when you do that, you're saying what I feel is not true.
Wow.
So when you feel something as an adult, you don't have that level of awareness. So you just ignore it. So how do you care for yourself? How do you provide yourself what you need if you don't know what you need? Because you're not listening to yourself. You haven't been taught how to listen to yourself.
That's deep.
So it's like you have to really transform that and say, you know what? All right, I'm going to pay attention to what's going on inside my body. Because when we're aligned with God, we have a divine wisdom we tap into. And now we can start to learn things that we're not even aware of on our conscious level, but our body's telling us. So it's like, for me, the big thing was just being present, just being still, shutting my brain off. Because my brain's been lying to me all this time.
Who you telling?
So what I had to do is say, I'm gonna shut my brain off when I'm able to do that, which I'm only able to do it for short moments. But the more and more I do it, the more I build the muscle and the more I can listen to what my body needs.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Bro, and what you were saying about like shutting your mind off is deep to me because this week, like literally like a couple days ago, I'm in couples counseling and was diagnosed with ADHD during the couples counseling. Like, cause my counselor and my couples counselor, same person.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I've been wanting to let you know too that you're probably ADHD, dude.
Right.
And so I'm like, so for me, I've always struggled with shutting off my mind.
Right.
And I think that's where
everybody struggles with it though. Some
sure?
people just
okay.
for sure.
Bro, I was
for
like,
sure.
I felt like it was just like a personal thing where I just can't shut it off and it's running.
Yeah. No, that's everybody. Like,
okay, cool.
and that's where that's how you know it's a problem if you can't shut it off. Like, so your brain is a tool. Just like, imagine you just couldn't stop moving your arm, right?
Wow.
That's a major issue, right? Or you don't have control of, you got Tourette's or whatever. We see that as a major problem, but when we can't shut our mind off, we're like, whatever, But it's a major issue. So like for me, what I always do is I like to use my breath. When I listen to my breath, for whatever reason, my brain goes quiet. And so that's what I teach my kids to do. And so some of the things that you can do is like scanning your body, trying to pay attention to sensations and feelings inside of your body. And that helps you to kind of stop things.
Wow.
Or like being the watcher. The watcher is like, I think it was said, be like a cat waiting for the mouse to come out the hole and you just sit there and wait.
Wow.
So like you're waiting for a thought. And when you wait for a thought, you create a little bit of gap between you and a thought. Because if we identify as our thoughts, there's no space there. So we can't shut it off.
Wow.
Right? So if we say, all right, I'm just going to sit here and watch for a thought. I'm going to just wait for one. It creates a bit of space right away. And then you kind of shut your mind off a little bit. So it's those little tricks to allow you to do it. But you only do it for a little bit. And then as you practice it, you can do it more and more.
What would you tell a father that is like, just not like, he just heard what you said, but he's like, Chris, I got this going on. I got this going on. I can't tell.
Right.
I don't have a second to breathe.
Right.
I can't love myself and everything around me is going to shit. What would you tell that guy? Like, what would his first step be so that he could just get started with self-love and shutting the brain off?
Sure. So I would say really the same thing is just maybe you're in your car because you only need a moment, right? Because nobody's walking around here with their brain completely shut off, right? And just like being 100% present all the time. You're only doing it for short periods of time. So like in the car, I like to do it in the car. Even if I'm driving down the freeway, here comes the breath. I pay attention to my breath. And as I do that, my brain clears. And then I'll start paying attention to like my hands, the sensations in my hand. And so you're driving anyways. So you can either drive and replay the story in your head, my job got me messed up, or, oh, I got to do this next week, or I can't believe my auntie said that, whatever it is, because we say the same story over and over again. Yeah. So you got time. You just stop telling yourself the same story.
Bro, that's so deep. I just read a book. It was by a guy named Daniel Amen. And it's clear, control your negative thoughts. And that was one of the things he said. He was like, bro, you waste so much time with the same repetitive negative thought that if you started to think something different, you could bring other things into your life.
Yes.
And it's like, if we're focusing on what we don't want, we're going to keep getting what we don't want.
There you go.
And so you're saying like, when you were talking about like just getting into the breath and then the other sensations in your body that you look into, I started like trying to do it as well. And I'm like, that's deep. I've never thought about like, I can feel my ring on my finger.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, I've never felt like, I'm not gonna say I've never, but it's just incredible to see how you can really get into your body and slow down what's going on. Because to be honest, I'm nervous in front of cameras. Yeah. But I would say right now is the most like still I felt. Just taking that breath. Yeah. And so they take the breath, they get still, they get into themselves and get present. Now how do they figure out what do they need to do in order to start self-love? Because now they're present. Sure. How do they start the self-love or figure out what it is that they need for self-love? Yeah. Because if they play football, but they, you can't just go outside and put pants on. And right. How do they figure out what do they need to do to increase the self-love? I think it's two paths. One is going within and seeing what you want, what you need. So being more attuned to yourself. Got you. But that can be more difficult for some people. Okay. I think another path is just do what other people do. Just try different things, Neat. So bubble baths, the clear polish, the clear coat, the massage. I get massages, and so it's very enjoyable for me because one, I have like some back pain, hip pain, all stuff. So to get a little relief on that,
but then also just to get that quiet time. So I try to use that same thing I told you about I'm constantly taking those deep breaths. You're probably wondering what's up with me, like why am I breathing like that? But I try to use that as a space to kind of meditate too.
Okay.
So you just kind of find your thing, right? Like baths, for instance, my tub is too small for me. They gave us some little tub. So it's not relaxing for me to have my legs all the way cocked back like that. So I'm not gonna take a bath, but I find other things to do.
Understood. Yeah. See, I'm a compact guy.
You're efficient. Efficient.
I'm a fishing car, so I can just kind of sit in there, and then I can fall under the water.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. So
sounds like a good time.
There's benefits to being small. Well, more compact, more efficient.
There you go.
Yeah,
efficient. Yeah.
Taller people get less oxygen to their brains as well.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. So that's amazing, and like the remedies to actually get to understanding what you love about yourself. I know for me, I found out about biking because I used to work with a guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but I used to work with a guy, and he was like, "Yo, we're gonna go bike riding today, and we're gonna hit the city. I need you to make sure nobody attacks me." So he had me come to make sure like fans and stuff weren't gonna just flood him. And so while we're riding the bike, I'm like, "Damn, this is so nice." And then I'm like, I've never felt this blissful.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I go buy a $60 bike off of Facebook.
Yeah.
I ride the bike from Decatur all the way to West Atlanta. First day.
Wow.
Bro, enjoyed it. It was the best time of my life. Now I'm in competitive bike racing, and it's my thing.
Yeah.
And then I went to Top Golf the other day with my guy Jacob. I hadn't played golf since high school, and I'm hitting the balls, and I'm like, damn, this is the best peace of mind I've had in a minute besides biking.
Yeah.
And so it's like my self-care as far as like physical fitness activities are starting to compound. The same way when I met Fee and she was like, yo, put a facial on. I'm like, facials are not for men, they're for you.
Yeah.
You know, ha ha ha, he he.
Right.
And so she got me clay mask, and then I started getting the ones that you can peel all the way off and you can see the stuff. And so it's like, as you figure out one thing that you like, they start to compound. And so that would kind of be like my advice to that father. Like, just let them compound. Find one thing and then just build it up and stack it up from there.
Yeah.
Like, I never wore cologne because why you want to smell good?
Right.
Go get you some Old Spice gel and keep it pushing.
Right.
But then I realized I like smelling good. And so, you know, just so many things that you can do to actually find out how to love yourself and what makes you feel loved. And I know we probably are running out of time for the day. So is there like a final message you wanted to give a dad about loving yourself?
Honestly, it would be what I just heard from you, which was being open.
Wow.
You said, okay, bike riding, let me try it out. Okay, golf, let me go ahead and see what this looks like. The facial mask, all. So just be open to new things. Be comfortable and confident in who you are. Self-love is not going to turn you into something you are not. All right. If a facial turns you to a different orientation, you were already that way. All right. So I would just say embrace the newness, right? Embrace the uncomfortableness and the weirdness of it. Yeah. You know, try it out. You go to Jeju Spa, you know, go ahead and jump in the tub with the other man, you know, and it may not be your thing. Now I tried it and I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like that part. I didn't like, you know, being in the tub with the guy. Like, I was in one by myself.
Okay.
And then he came in. And then he like kind of disturbed my peace. So I didn't love that part.
Did he brush your shoulder with his thigh?
No, we weren't close.
Okay.
Oh, that would have been different.
Okay.
But I just didn't love it. I said, I can find that. I can find the rest and relaxation without all that. So you just, you know, you're not going to love everything you do, but just try some different things. You will find something you enjoy. It's going to be good for you. And you're also, and we're talking about fathers, you will teach your kids to self-care, to self-love.
Most definitely. And I finished with this, and this is all I'm going to say. The first 3 times they did you, I was completely weirded out, but I had to go because I was going with Fee.
Yep.
Now, I walk in that thing, no towel. Yeah. Take a shower in that mug.
Right.
And I jump in the hot tub. What's happening, boys?
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Right.
Slapping people on the shoulder and shit. Because, you know, now it's comfortable.
Sure.
And so I challenge you to go back. And just, because once you finally comfortable with it and you really like in that meditative flow, the only thing I wasn't comfortable with is getting the massage. But I'm going butt naked next time to get a massage from an Asian guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that brings me back to my other point. A massage is not going to change your orientation, right? Either you are or you ain't, right? So we good. But with that, we are going to close. We want to thank you guys for joining us and talking about self-care and self-love. And we encourage you to go out there and try something new. Please let us know what you do try in the comments. We'd like to have a little dialogue with you. And we will catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.